From all this pain, raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. We don't trust them, they don't trust us. We don't trust each other, conflict is a must. We got war abroad, we got war at home. Paranoid people packing guns like cell phones. Need inspiration, rise up to hold it down. Sick of seeing young bodies laying on the ground. We got to organize like they used to be. You wanna make it beautiful, you gotta stay true. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. I know good people, lives in the right lane, say the right thing, manage life and maintain. They dream every night, they pray every day, they build for the future and live for the day. The world is full of possibilities, don't accept what you are, cause that's all that you see. Elevate your spirit, liberate your mind, your life's transformation will come in due time. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. I'm not saying that it's easy, I'm not saying that it's hard, but I know you can make it if you believe in God. Make something out of nothing, be the best that you are, and you can make life so beautiful, life so beautiful. Can I find a way to escape this madness? Lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful. To escape this madness, lift my people from all this pain. Raise my daughter to be a good woman, live a life that's not in vain. It's not hard to explain. I want a life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful, life that's beautiful.
Genius and insane, God, immortal. Yeah, every minute I fight with lethargy, striving to be godly with an intelligence quotient that exceeds numerology. Scholar body honorary, school of prophet alum, anthropomorphized lessons so I could become the heartbeat of righteousness. The everyday fight to pump the blood of kings and breathe the breath of life. Moving up like Confederates and Yankee territories in the 17th century. But it's a thin line between divinity and iniquity. The Mason-Dixon hitting and complacent decisions can't escape the collision. Time be idle like Billy, party like a rock star, fall like that girl that used to endorse Trim Spa or Nirvana's lead vocalist, the clientele of the dream merchant like Mr. Chappelle. People think I'm sick in the mind and leave the comforts of Babylon behind and book flights on airlines to Africa. Traveling the globe, accomplishing goals like Ronaldinho. The victim of a level 12 quake, I rise through the wreckage, repairing brain damage and striving for perfection. Your mind can be your worst antagonist or a true pal, and you shall become legendary and futile. Decisions of a god in training on a daily basis. I nap purposely, trying to escape it. The thin line between the mastermind and the man of the master. Which one are you after? The thin line between being a legend and being the captor. Which one are you after? The thin line between the mastermind and the man of the master. Which one are you after? The thin line between between being a god and being the captive. Which one are you after? Free or rot in the industry. Babylon, the great machine, runs off solar energy. Souls power the engine. We empower our enemies.
My observation is always that basically, in terms of the American economy, the recording industry replaced the cotton industry on exactly the same labor relationship. You know, recording artists are mostly treated like sharecroppers.
If you don't like it tough, it's fair enough.
This episode is based on 1990.
Welcome to the green side of things. It's your man Sadeek.
And Cassiopeia.
And we are here today. It's Thursday.
Yes, it is.
What's happening?
And it's still Women's History Month.
It is Women's History Month.
Yes.
And we are kicking it off today. We have a Women's History Month loaded show.
Yes. Loaded.
Yes. Loaded.
Extra loaded.
Super loaded. So, Cassiopeia, how you feel?
I'm doing amazing. How are you, sir?
Good. There we
My
go.
bad.
No, it's all good. Yeah.
Sorry,
Ron,
guys.
what's
Here
happening?
we
How you
go.
feel,
Here we
super
go.
producer?
Great.
How y'all doing today?
That's what I'm talking
We're
about.
doing awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. How you do this week?
As far as
Let's do it this way.
On
Did
the
you
plant-based.
did you put any more plants into your diet? I know you ate some fish and chicken. I'm not even gonna ask.
I'm trying to steer away from chicken and just eat fish.
Okay. How'd you do with that?
That's working. Now that part is working.
That part is working. So
Okay.
you've had no chicken this week.
No chicken. I'm only eating fish and shrimp.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's my start.
Doing the
to veering
pescatarian
away.
joint.
Now, did you put any more vegetables in that?
Been eating broccoli.
Okay.
But
Okay.
It's out the bag, so you know it's the microwave.
You know, you got to start where you are.
You do.
You got to start where you are.
Hey, but Ron, I got something for you real quick. Just throw it into a pot. You could throw it with the water, boil it, put some olive oil on there, and some steak seasoning.
Okay.
Fire.
Give it a shot.
Fire.
So, everybody, welcome to the show. We need you to like
Comment.
and share
That thing.
right now. We've got a great. What'd you say?
My mom is here.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Is that-
She gonna
is
be
that-
coming up at 2:15, and she's just cracking up already listening to us.
Already, yeah. So
If y'all think I'm expressive, Lord, today.
mom is sitting right here. You're getting a double dose, and I can promise you, I am a living witness about the double dose.
Of what?
You and mom.
You're gonna keep it right there.
I'm gonna
real
keep it
safe.
right there. I'm not going
Real
anywhere
safe.
else. Yes, absolutely. I'm staying super safe.
Mm-hmm.
Super safe. So, Cassie, what's happening with the Black Mall? Talk to
Man,
us.
I'm telling y'all, it's just all turning. You know what I'm saying? We getting the wheels turning. We're looking for this launch. We got this, this partnership cooking. We coming soon, coming back with just some amazing initiatives for you guys, and can't wait to see you all. But in the meantime, you can go to theblackmall.com and go ahead and get one of Chairman Fred Hampton's Revolution tees.
Oh, I love it.
That's on the front page. You can also get yourself a plant-based African tee. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we
Yeah,
also got
please.
the Kiss Me I'm African tees, because y'all know how y'all like to be on St. Patrick's Day and then be all confused. Y'all get real confused on like what heritage you are, and then be trying to wear Irish clovers and talk about some Kiss Me I'm Irish. You're not. So go ahead and get you a Kiss Me I'm African t-shirt, and then you can still go have a great time. It's green and white and everything.
So we gotta wear. Let's wear them together next week.
Okay.
I got one. You
Yes.
obviously have one. But let me tell you what you do. Get your Kiss Me I'm African tee,
Mm-hmm.
and then go into Beverly on St. Patrick's Day. I got the best comments.
You trying to get people shot.
No.
I'm not.
No. Didn't get shot because they were all like, oh,
Well, you got it. Okay. All right.
That's
Go
all
at
I'm
night
saying.
By the bar.
by the bar. Yo, yeah,
When
yeah.
they lit
Yeah,
and like, oh my
absolutely.
God.
Oh my
That's
God.
amazing.
Kiss him. He's African.
Where are you from in Africa?
You got to do it. You got to
When
do it.
did you get here? How
You gotta
long
do
have you?
it.
I hear
now-
an accent.
Wait, I need
Yeah.
one of those shirts
Hey,
now.
wait. Now you need one, right? But don't go alone. Don't go alone.
So, Latoya always makes fun of me about having stories. I actually have a story like that on
This real talk.
on
That's how I know to do
on
it.
St. Patrick's Day. We were in Beverly
Okay.
on like 103rd and Western, and went into one of their pubs. Listen.
With the Kiss Me I'm African shirt on?
I didn't have that shirt on, but
I
it was
did.
it was me and my girl and like one of the blackest, tallest brothers that we could be with. And they was just like,
Did they buy drinks?
Literally, when we walked in, they was like,
Did they buy drinks?
yes. And then this Italian guy comes and he's like, hey, my people weren't involved in slavery. Sir, we're not talking about this now with you. Good
do you
night.
know about...
Get you a drink. Have a seat.
Hey, Ron, let me tell you this. Cassie, do you all know about the guilt picture?
The guilt picture?
Picture.
No.
Okay, or the
Oh,
guilt
they give you
drink,
like a picture of something.
a beer,
Oh my God.
or the guilt margarita. Let me explain to you guilt drinking. It's a formula. So when we were in college, right, long time ago, we don't drink anymore. Here's if you're younger and you're still going out to places, you want to go to the north
Did
side.
he just lie on the air? But go ahead.
So I'm not messing with Cassie today. This is how you use, if your money's low, but you still want to drink,
Yeah.
you find you a predominantly
listen.
Caucasian institution.
They gonna buy all of them.
And let them get a little, over the top, and they will buy everything for you because they have guilt.
They definitely got guilt.
They have
be
guilt,
like,
and they're like, "Oh, buddy,
Oh, God.
I'm so sorry
You
for
want
what
to?"
happened. Let me get you a picture."
Oh my God.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you.
Hey, buddy, come here. What? No. He's drinking with me.
But be warned,
I'm telling you.
because me and Ashley went in there, and now both of us light skinned,
Okay.
and we actually got there before the tall dark brother came with us. They like stopped, pausing in their tracks, but then here we go, 3 white guys come to us. Hey, can you all dance?
Did you dance?
And then
Did you dance?
no.
Ah.
And then this white guy comes, because there's no music playing. It's just a bar and white people and noise and talking.
He was gonna throw some rap on for you.
So this white guy comes.
He was gonna throw some rap on
They
for you.
have a little stage. He comes with his little acoustic guitar,
Mm.
and he gets up on the stage, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to hear some punk. I can't wait to hear some
Irish
hard
folk
rock.
music.
I can't wait to hear, some whatever.
Irish folk music.
I'm some pop. I'm ready to hear their stuff. And this guy on his acoustic guitar goes, boom, ding, ding, doom, boom, doom. Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd.
That's a cut.
No barking from the dog, no smog. And mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. I was like, what? And we sitting there like, he bet not, because you know it's an N-word coming. You know it's an N-word coming.
Always.
He did it.
Always. I'm sure.
He said it.
So
He said
so get your that's the best promo ever. Get your
Kiss,
Kiss Me, I'm African. And you can have these shenanigans.
With your local white Irish.
Right. North side, south side, wherever your group of Irish white people hang out.
On the south side, though.
They're way more fun on the south side.
They're way more fun on
but
the
you
south
don't
side.
go
They not
alone.
bougie.
Don't go alone because it's a thin
Definitely
line.
don't go
It's a
alone.
racial event waiting to pop off.
It definitely is.
But just stay
and
above
don't
the
go
fray.
in there acting a fool because
Right.
Irish people fight.
Right.
So
Fly
listen.
above the turbulence. They do not care.
They don't.
Hey, give me some juju beads, some bonbons, and these niggas gonna pay for it. You know, you seen it. I hate to spoil it for you, but Rocky wins this one again. So don't go in there alone, but get your Kiss Me I'm African t-shirt.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
So did you get your Soul Vegan pack yet?
Man, my stomach is rumbling right now.
I'm so hungry.
Waiting.
It's
I
coming,
cannot
though.
wait. I can imagine the vegan lasagna and the mac and cheese and the barbecue twist. I can imagine.
Sounds so good.
I see it right now.
Absolutely.
From Soul Vegan.
Right there.
Yes, I see my jalapeno cheese that I wasn't supposed to eat out of the container and scoop it with a spoon.
You ate the cheese with a spoon?
I ate it with a spoon right out of the container.
I actually love that story. I really do. Let's see.
Uh-oh. You call it Elamont, Mr. King. Hey, y'all, while he is calling, I need y'all
He
real.
went to voicemail because he knows it's our usual. We play all day Thursday.
He ain't playing with us today.
Not today.
Are y'all liking though? Are y'all commenting? Are
Get 'em,
y'all
Cassie.
sharing? I see 10 people viewing right now at the moment on Facebook. I gotta check the YouTube, but I see only 2 shares. And let me see here how many. And I
Sabrina,
see 1 like, and
the
it's
barbecue
for you,
twist.
Sadiq. So listen, I need y'all to go ahead and do that right now.
Come on, everybody in
Stop
the room.
playing with us. Y'all know how we do. We be having 30, 40, 50 people watching at one time. Y'all don't stop lagging. Get your lunch together and come on in.
Y'all got to do that now. Cassie is gone.
I ain't got no time.
We're gonna check out YouTube as well.
You know I start calling names out.
Calling names. Don't do that. I remember when the teacher used to do that. I was like, don't call me. Please don't call on me. I do not want to go to the board. Do not make Cassie start calling names. So, moving into the spring, you all, the weather is lightening up, getting warmer. North side is full of shorts and flip flops and t-shirts.
They got they
oh
t-shirts
man,
on right
baseball back on TV. Spring training. Cubs are in Arizona. Sox in Arizona. So it's a lot going on.
Why they go to Arizona? Because it's warmer.
Because it's warmer, and it's where
that
spring
makes
training is. Yeah, absolutely,
That
no
makes
doubt.
sense.
So they can get it in before I don't know what the start of the season is, especially with the whole COVID. I know schedules were adjusted and all that, but it usually starts, around late March, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they
You a baseball person?
Kinda. I am. So I like the stats. I like the players. It's hard for me to watch 9 innings.
Yeah.
Unless I'm in the ballpark.
Okay.
And that's crazy because if I'm in the ballpark,
With a
I'm
beer.
like, where's the beer? And the game is over already?
Huh?
But right, that's how I feel in the ballpark.
What's happening? Is that my
Mom. I told y'all, didn't I? It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. I'm like, Ryan, what you doing? You DJing in the middle of the and the thing is, Mom got the slow jams on. It's all good. We working it out. We are working it out. But yeah, so it is springtime. I actually have a better time.
Oh, my niece is watching. What's up, Erica?
Hey, Erica, I have a better time at the game than kind of just at home. If I'm watching
Yeah.
at home, it's got to be like the last 3 or 4 innings.
Okay.
Or playoff baseball.
Bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth is cool, but playoff baseball to me is so
It's-
much more intense.
It is.
Than regular. I mean, they got 120
I
something
actually
games.
even rather watch the playoffs for basketball.
Oh yeah, but
I
I think
can
it's
watch all of football.
yeah.
I can watch the full season, but basketball, I can't do it until it's the playoffs. I catch a couple here and there, but I'd be like, hey.
No, I used to like basketball regular season, but I think the league is so lopsided. I think you got to put a super team together to be competitive.
Yeah.
And we already know who's going to the playoffs and what the odds are. Like we knew the Lakers were
Whatever
gonna win the
team LeBron
championship.
is on. That's
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
going.
And then they put, the unibrow on the team with LeBron.
Yeah.
So it's like, but the interesting parody of it is they put a super squad in the East. Don't know if, with Kyrie Irving, James Harden just went there, and Kevin Durant. So now they got a big 3 in the East. They got LeBron and AD in the West. But, yeah.
I like the Celtics. I've always liked the Celtics, though. I've always loved their franchise.
I hated the Celtics. I had a love-hate relationship with Larry Bird.
Well, I
That
love them.
predates you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love them,
Dang.
with we always do this age thing. I love them when it was dang, where'd my mind go? All their names just obliterated from my head. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Oh, okay. Jesus Shuttlesworth. Okay.
KG.
At least you remember him in the movie.
Yeah, KG. The little one.
The little one?
Rondo.
Rondo?
Yeah.
He's AKA the little one?
He's little than everybody else.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
For sure.
That's cool.
For sure.
I got it. No doubt. But, yeah, so that's...
I don't know why all their names are escaping me right now.
It's
But
okay.
I love
And they
when
won a
were-
championship.
Yeah, I loved that team. And then I'm liking the new guys. I don't know their names, but he's like a light skinned dude and then a dark skinned dude. but I watched it.
That boils it down, right?
You light
Light
dark.
dark.
I mean, you could be brown.
Salt and pepper. It's
You could
cool.
be brown.
That's true. That's true. That's
Right?
true.
Like you.
That's true. I'm brown.
Yeah.
I fall in the middle, right?
Right in the middle. Watching
in the middle
Watching the
somewhere.
tennis match
You know.
between the light skin and dark
You
skin.
hear that,
people
Ryan?
going
And
at
all
each
these
other.
years, man, I thought I was like super dark.
Yeah, me too.
I got it. See what I mean? She's like, no, it's not happening. Y'all know I'm
I can
super dark.
at least see Ron thinking that. But
you can see Ryan thinking that?
But you?
You can't see me
sir,
thinking that?
No.
That's messed up. I feel like we about to say.
No.
We are the same complexion.
Absolutely not. Now you're making Sadeek feel.
Thank you, Ryan.
You making Sadeek feel like
Thank
he
you,
got
Ryan.
way more melanin than he does.
Man, I got super melanin. Y'all see it out there. Go and throw it
That's
in
what
the
we call
comments.
subcutaneous
Sadiq is
melanin.
Subcutaneous melanin. And they talk about my vocabulary. It's all good.
It's deep down. It's like underneath the skin
that
surface.
copper.
You don't see it.
So,
I have it.
so listen,
I'm
y'all,
darker than everybody with my subcutaneous melanin.
Let me do this. Plant-based African.
Ron is like, what in the hell is going on?
The plant-based African. We are building up for our 30-day group. Ryan, you can join us in April. It's called Animal Free April. Because the response was so overwhelming in January and February.
Come on.
That we are retooling. We're doing private clients in March. Mm-hmm. And we just started 2 people
How do
this
people
week.
become a private client?
Hit us at the Plant-Based African. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram.
And it will have
You
it
can
on the-
email us at plantbasedafrican@gmail.com. That's with a K. So yeah, just
and then we'll
just
put
hit
them on
me
the
up.
Black Mall too. We'll
And it will put it
your
on the
page.
Black Mall. So yeah, you can definitely become a private client. So we're doing that in March, but we are tooling up for Animal Free April. You know, so loving it, you guys. So you gotta, if you
Yes.
got somebody that you know, worried about heart disease, worried about diabetes, worried about you know, just a whole bunch of lifestyle diseases, and wanna take a trip with us. Yeah, thank you, African Animal Free April. Join us. The registration link will be up in about a week or so. Cassie helps me with all of those good things, and we're looking forward to it. So, had tremendous success in January and February, and we want to make your experience that much more. What do we want to say? We just want to enhance your experience.
It's amazing. Animal free in April.
Amazing Animal Free April. I love it.
Alliteration.
The alliteration, right? We're just having this a good old. I'm just a bill. So anyway,
I said no capital.
well now I'll wait for the Senate. Anyway,
Ron don't know what we talking about.
Ron, you don't know about
I
Schoolhouse
know
Rock?
he laughing,
Listen,
but do you know that?
All I've ever seen was those commercials.
But you didn't. They didn't have Schoolhouse Rock by the time you.
Nah, it was phasing out.
Oh, okay. Cassie, did you have Schoolhouse Rock?
Yeah, I
on
saw.
phonics.
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
you can
Did it
YouTube
work
it.
for you?
You can YouTube it though, Ron. Put in Schoolhouse Rock, and they'll play them all.
Like Conjunction Junction.
Yeah.
What's that
your
function? I'm hooking up phrases and clauses and making them function.
You learned a whole lot with that, didn't you?
I was my.
Schoolhouse Rock was your actual teacher.
It was. I was at home.
They just set you
like
right
in
there.
front of the he's good. He's all right.
Leave him. Just leave him in front
Just
of the
leave him in
Schoolhouse
front of
Rock.
the
He's
TV.
fine. He'll be doing. He'll be
So
fine.
so we're kicking off. We kicked it off. We mentioned it. Obviously, it started March 1st. It is Women's History Month.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm biased. I'm gonna call it Black Women's History Month, just for me.
Come on now.
Just for me. Nobody else. Nobody else. But I want to shout out a Black woman boss from Chicago.
Oh, me. Thank you.
And
But
no.
go ahead to the next person.
So, first of all, today is Chicago's founding day. So, if I wasn't real stingy with happy birthdays, I'd say happy birthday, Chicago. But okay, March 4th.
When John Baptiste Ponte de Sable founded it.
I don't know.
Yes.
No.
Well, when is that day? Because we should be.
Let's find
acknowledging
out. Let's
day.
do a T-shirt about that. But no, this is their incorporation day.
Oh, when
And
they
he
incorporated,
definitely-
when it
yes,
became a
the founding
business.
of the city of Chicago.
That's when they. That's when
I'm
they
thinking it
pushed
was-
him out.
No. Now you gotta check. There's always a white side. You gotta check the. You got it. Not that there's a downside, but there's always a
didn't
white
get the date, he
side.
said
March 4th. Today is
I was just talking
the
about
incorporation
the
day.
day,
It's on the seal of Chicago. Incorporated March 4th, 18, whatever. I don't know. I don't even. We could Google it. Ryan, Google it for us and give us the year of Chicago's incorporation. Somebody put it in the comments. March 4th, 18 something. It's right on the seal there. But I wanted to shout out.
Two was on here talking about something. That's why Ron's generation is behind. Because
Why?
I didn't have schoolhouse right.
That'll do it. That's right. That'll do it. But I want to shout out Bessie Coleman. Bessie Coleman, who is a piece of Chicago history. She was the first black woman to get a pilot's license and fly that thing.
Come on now. All
You
right
know,
now,
and
Bessie.
so a lot of times, she gets her national recognition, but we don't always recognize her as being from Chicago. So
That's
and having
real
Chicago
talk.
ties.
Real
So
talk.
yeah,
Like, I think I've heard it before and
Right.
in passing, but it hasn't like stuck with me. So that's dope. Bessie
Yeah,
Coleman,
so
come
that's
on,
what
shout
I'm
out,
gonna do.
shout
So-
out Black women, Black History Month, Women History Month, Black Women History Month. My
Yeah, so
mom
we
said-
did something.
Our local historian
37?
said 1837. for
1837.
Chicago,
So 1837, March 4th. Mom is over here. She working it out for us. Chicago's, whatever. That being said, Bessie Coleman, boss black woman
Boss
with
black
Chicago ties, first African American woman to earn a pilot's license and fly that thing all over the world.
Yeah,
She's a
that's
boss player.
Extra
So
boss.
shout out to Sister Coleman. And every time that we're on to, as the male energy, I'm going to balance my male energy by saluting these black women during Women's History Month.
And as my bonus daughter would say, as you should.
I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. So look, I'm excited. This is the show today, you all. You gotta seriously like, comment, share the broadcast.
Yes.
Join us at the lunch table. We've got Sister Africa Porter with us today. She is gonna be sit in with us for the entire hour. We're going to hit a lot of comments. We're gonna talk specifically about her Emmy Award-winning documentary, Chicago at the Crossroads. So for those of you that have not seen it, we need you to go in. You can get it on PBS. You can get it on Amazon Prime. You can get it on, what was the other one you were telling me?
Was it? Wait, I got to go back.
That's
I'll find
okay.
out.
But anyway,
Tubi, yes.
Tubi.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about Chicago at the Crossroads. We're gonna talk about what Africa's up to with African Enterprises.
Okay, she be all over the place.
All
Okay.
over the place. She is doing that thing. We're gonna talk about some safe passage initiatives. And we're going to get just a little bit on the personal side with Judas and the Black Messiah, because Africa has a personal relationship with Chairman Fred. No, he did you and Kiana talk with
interview
he
on
and his
Monday.
Ima with Mama Kua.
Yes.
And we're also at the top, when we come back, we're going to let you and Africa shout out some current boss black women from Chicago.
Man, the pressure. I love it.
So I
though.
did Bessie.
Yes.
But we're gonna shout out some current boss black women
Yeah.
from Chicago,
We
because
got
it's
a lot
Women's
of
History
them,
Month.
man.
It's a lot of them,
out here. So
and we need to do
don't
that.
nobody be mad. We
We
love
need
all
to
of
recognize.
y'all. We
I know
have
the
our
one I
shout-outs.
want to shout out personally, but
Okay.
I'll do it after the break.
Let me do a real quick shout out to the people that's watching us real fast.
Yeah, let's do that.
You know, Shaka Strong's in the building. Sabrina Hall, Lawanza's up in here. Brandon Tomlin is here. And then we got a first timer. It's Indie Spirit 7. She's watching from YouTube. Jerome, we see you in the building.
What's up, people?
Yes, Two from Is Wiz is in the building. Barbara J. Maxon. We thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure that you all like, comment, and share. Let some people know. Bring them into the room. Have your lunch, and let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely. We got Erica just popped into the room. I saw her name.
That's my niece.
That's your niece?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Never mind. We'll talk off the air, niece. We'll talk off the air. But anyway,
Need some of that side.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love it. Niece on the dad's side. So the family is tuning in.
Yeah.
So guys, look, we've got about a minute. We're going to go to break, but we really need you to like, comment, and share. And if you know one of these boss black women in Chicago, tell them to tune in. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a family conversation today. We have Sister Africa Porter that is with us, CEO of African Enterprises, Emmy Award winner. She's a director. She's a producer.
5 times, right?
5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And
That's an Oshun number.
Is it? Mm-hmm. I love that. Ashe.
Ashe.
So look, we're gonna go to break. We need you to join us at the lunch table. You're on the green side of things with Sadeek
And Cassiopeia.
and we'll see you. Give us a second.
WIIFTBPM. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
Welcome to Inhale, Exhale, you guys. We are your health home girls, Dr. Tank Slee and Danny Time. We are being joined today by a guest, Samantha Allen, who's going to work with us today about attachment styles.
The overview of attachment styles is basically how we connect with people, how we have relationships. And I just want to clear up, it's not just about romantic relationships with your family, with your friends, how you host relationships, period. It's important to look at yourself and figure out, what am I contributing to the relationship, or why am I attracting this style of a relationship? So all the attachment styles develop from your caregiving style. They say that from 0 to 5, you have already developed your attachment style. If you had a secure attachment style, your parents were very in tune with your moods, in tune with your behavior. They kind of soothe you when you cry. For secure, you grow up to be more communicative. You have good communication style. You feel positive about yourself and about others. You just have a healthier, you're able to set healthy boundaries, so on and so forth. And that just comes from the love, attention, and caregiving that you were given as a child, which usually develops a secure attachment style.
So on that note, with healing these things and changing your attachment style, we're reprogramming ourselves. Right. It's like our inner child that is showing up in these anxious, attachments, and we are wanting our way. We're reprogramming.
This is Tori Muhammad, and we want you to tune in to the Tori Muhammad Show that airs here on What's in It for the Black People Media every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We talk and celebrate Black-owned businesses, Black entrepreneurs, and we talk to some of the best people in the food industry here in Chicago, Black chefs, Black restaurateurs. So make sure that you tune in to us every Monday and Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yes, welcome back to the green side of things. It's your man Sadeek
And Cassiopeia.
and DJ Ron on the
Come
tables.
on,
Come on with it, Ron. What's happening?
Yes, sir.
Hey, you know, Ron, who is that? Who is that?
Ben one. He's actually Chicago
Ben
native.
Hey, turn it up just a little more. One more time. Turn it up. Woo! Come on, Africa, step with me. I see you.
That's
over
nice.
Hey, come on, girl. Yes.
There it is.
Yes. Hey,
That's
Ben
the cut.
won. So back in the day, I used to have a dance team. And we used to do background dancing for Selena Johnson, for Crucial Conflict.
Uh-huh.
And we did some stuff with Ben One as well back in the
what's up.
day.
That's
That is
what's up.
so dope. Chicago musicians are amazing.
Man, that's
Amazing.
Chicago's. Nothing like Chi-Town. So, guys, welcome back to the green side of things. We need you to go ahead and to like
Comment
and share.
that thing.
Right now, join us at the lunch table. We are in for this conversation, and we have our sister, our friend, our personal Chi-Town own Africa Porter, who is with us today. Sister Africa, can you hear me?
I hear you. Good morning.
Oh,
Afternoon.
good morning, afternoon, all of that stuff.
How y'all doing? Thank you for having me. I love y'all.
Oh, we love you too. We love you too. So listen, you all. I got to say this because Africa is not just a guest. She is important even to the genesis of the show that we have as the green side of things. As you all know, last November, Africa started out when we were just doing the collective conversation. Man, I gave Africa a call and was like, hey, look, how you feel about doing this show with me today that I just found out about today? And Africa was like, okay. And so her energy and her love, I just want to show my love and give the proper understanding and props out to you, Africa, and just let you know that I appreciate you, period.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. I loved it. I'm always happy to come back. I loved it. I love what you guys are doing. It's awesome.
We love you. And I was on a show with Chris Bass yesterday, and he was just talking about, man, I met you. You in Africa with Good Trouble. And y'all was doing y'all thing. So, yeah, always good time.
Good trouble.
Love
Good
Chris.
trouble.
Love Chris. And love you, Cassie. And my baby, Oshun. I know. Tight hugs.
Oh, wow. I'm loving it. So I get to just play moderator today with all of this melanated woman power.
Come on.
Melanated woman power in the room, studio, coursing through the airwaves. So Africa. Let's kick off this conversation, and we're building up to, we're still toying with the kind of with the name of it. Africa's let me play with the name of it, but Africa's going to be a regular contributor on the green side of things. But so this is really one of our preloads to this. We're going to spend time and let Africa talk about what's going on across the world. I mean, if you all don't know it, Africa is somebody that is important to the fabric of Black America, and not just in Chicago, although she's from Chicago.
Yes.
So just want to say that. So we started kind of our pre-production prep. We were talking about Chicago at the crossroads, right? And want to get into this conversation, Africa. There's so much that you do. But this is one of what I would call one of your most recent wins, because you got a lot of wins. But it brings and it highlights something that's very important to the city in terms of violence, poverty, cyclical living, in terms of how these plans and processes go that can take advantage of below poverty line individuals, and even individuals that consider themselves middle class. I mean, you cover so much in the documentary, Chicago at the Crossroads. So kind of want to start and let you and Cassie, like I said, I want to moderate today, but I want to let these tremendously powerful Black women go at it. Talk about how you even got started with the documentary. And what do you think was most important that it brought out?
Wow, thank you. And thank you both again for having me today. It's always an honor, to be amongst family.
Yes, it
I
is.
I was asked to be a part of the film project, Chicago the Crossroads, of which Brian Shortoff had been working on the film already for about 10 years. Brian is a native of Kansas, and he had been here studying at Columbia College. He was a good friend of a friend of mine. Shout out to Dwayne Hirsch, who's doing great things in outside of Atlanta. They're building a hemp farm and everything. Dwayne thought I would be a good fit to work with Brian. So Brian and I met a few times, and I looked at the storyboard and the script, and I had almost forgotten that I used to do films. So I went to Chicago and studied documentary film styles there back in 2006 and completed a program through Bard College in upstate New York. So I looked at it, and it was touching in that it was all about solutions to violence, of which I like to consider myself as one who seeks to be a solutionary person when it comes to violence. And it resonated with me. We started working together, and I was hired as an executive producer for the film. Part of my role was to connect Brian and the creative staff with people who spoke to solutions to violence from a housing perspective. So that's where, if you've seen it, Dr. Carol Adams, Mama Carol, Dr. Kim Yo Black, the late great Philip Jackson of the Black Star Project.
Yes, I should.
Absolutely. GLC, come on.
Yeah. And you got my boy narrating it.
Malik Youssef, that's my brother.
Shout out to Malik.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we wanted to create the story and put Chicago in it in a way that made sense and that felt right. It's interesting. A lot of people are saying, well, why don't you reach for Chance? He can narrate. He's the youngest coming out of Chicago with that voice, and he's a rapper. And we were like, man, that would be dope. But I'm thinking more like a Malik Youssef because he actually came out of the housing projects.
Yeah.
And I think his voice was a little bit more fitting coming from Outgale Gardens in the far south suburbs, where our late President Barack Obama got his start in organizing. So we wanted to connect those dots here.
Got it.
So the film really goes into detail with a lot of history from CHA and who was in charge of CHA back in the day and what was intended for Chicago, what a project is, what that experiment of living and that lifestyle meant, what was Chicago's intent for that. So I was really honored to be a part of the project, and we traveled all around the country to different film festivals, and we applied to be a part of the Emmy Center, and we had some success there. So I'm really humbled and thankful for all of the opportunities that we've had.
Yeah, man, it's powerful, watching that film. It really speaks to your soul. And there was a short period of my life where our family lived in Low Terrace, which is a project in Inglewood. But, looking at the documentary, it's nothing like looking like at the insides of the Robert Taylor.
Right.
And I just, it makes you, kind of want to cry. And it's almost like, it just really showcases even how more resilient we are as a people.
Yes.
Because if you can survive through that, live through that, come out of that, and be who we are now, man, it's just we could be far worse. It just
Robert Taylor
looks like jail.
Was something
it
else.
Did.
And I had a friend. I went to grammar school across the street from Robert Taylor, but one of my classmates lived in Robert Taylor, and he'd be like, walk across the street with me, right? And it was, and it wasn't my first time, in a housing project, you know what I mean? And so, due to familiar circumstances and things like that, but just going home with him and being in that environment and being young. I mean, we were in like 5th, 6th grade, right? So it just made an impression and an impact on me in terms of, man, it's some real situations out here. But for him to walk through that, get up, come to school, perform.
That's right.
It wasn't like, he was at the bottom of the list because he was from the projects or whatever. but even to have the attitude to come and to be ready, we're some dynamic people.
Yeah,
I just want to say that.
Yeah, because you look at that and it's like, how could you not be depressed when you're walking through?
Shout out to my man Lido Hill. I don't even know if I haven't seen him since I graduated from school.
Wow.
So shout out.
That's awesome, brother Sadeek, to even evoke the spirit of him and bring up his name, I say.
Yeah.
I think, also to your point, Cassie, we took a young man who grew up in the housing projects out west, Edwin, and we followed his life from growing up there to him getting involved in some criminal justice activity and going to juvenile detention center, and then eventually going to Cook County Jail. Well, he did 9 months in jail, and then he did 9 months with the program called CRED, and then he graduated from that program. So we got to see the success of him and how he was raised there, but that did not alter him. That didn't stop him from being great. So now, years later, we followed him in the story, and he went to culinary, and he learned some things about himself and that he's really gifted with his hands. So I think that a lot of times we see the stories of us and the problems, like we just talked about, and the depressing, their head down. But there are some things to look at in terms of what a lot of people are doing that are great that came out of the housing projects as well.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is something else. So how does it feel to have worked on such a dynamic film, a documentary, and be able to get all of the awards and to see your name? I know I was excited just seeing your name, underneath the executive producer title. Like, that's big stuff right there. Like,
yeah, it is.
You got 5 Emmys. Like,
it's real big, and it's like, I know Sister Porter.
I know, right?
Right. Africa.
Let me call her. I'll prove it.
Right. She right here on my phone.
And then it don't be an answer.
So funny. Oh my God.
But I do.
That
I
is
know.
so funny.
Say it right there. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, how does that feel?
Oh, you're so funny. Honestly, it was bittersweet. And I say that because working on the film, of course I had my parents, my family, my dad, who was very instrumental. They called him, the Moose of Inglewood back in the day, because he was so dynamic in his teaching and in what he brought, coming from the housing projects of Kansas City, Kansas, and by way of Arkansas. So for him to have come to Chicago, in the military, he gets a telegram. I'm like, man, what's that? I didn't even know what it was. We have emails. He got a telegram from the late, great Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King telling him that I need you. I've heard about you, and I need you to come in and build for me and be a part of this movement. It was very, very bittersweet because, of course, he was there while I'm working on the film, but he wasn't there to see it through. So it was bittersweet, but I'm really thankful. And thank you for asking that, because then I get to speak about my dad and bring him into this conversation.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yes. Many blessings to you, Sister
Mm-hmm.
Afrikan.
Thank you.
I know your father is dancing, and he's seen it through, and he's seen the future of it as well, and what it's gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No doubt.
Thank you.
No doubt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Now,
Absolutely.
I was just
Thank
gonna
you.
ask, how do you? So after this film, has it helped? Because Afrika, you are super involved in the movement of our people, and helping us to stop violence, to bring about economic justice, to bring about health, to bring about culture and celebration. Has this film helped with pushing your efforts forward and making more progress with them?
I believe so. I believe that a lot of the work that I'm motivated.
Afrika, once you come back in, we're gonna need you to.
It's all good. Let's work on that, Ron. Let's see if we can.
Because this is
what
powerful.
we can do to get her back in, because we need to hear that.
Yeah, now I feel like it's like Daniel Kulaya. You're right. Don't want us to.
Yeah, like,
Okay, so
let's
she
get to
actually
the.
jumped out. We're gonna get her back in.
We're gonna get her
just a
back in,
moment.
you all, because this is I mean, it's powerful stuff, you know.
Yeah. The documentary, guys, definitely please check it out. Like you said, you can just watch it straight from your computer if you want to.
Chicago.
At
the Crossroads.
You can watch it on Prime. You can watch it on Tubi. You can watch it on PBS. And then after you actually, like Sadeek said, you can just go to Chicago at thecrossroad.com.
Right.
And then click on PBS, and it's gonna stream right there from your computer.
Yeah, and they give you all you got to do is click it, and it goes right there, and it doesn't cost you anything, but just to sit down and kind of soak up what they're talking about, because it's and it's weighty. I'm going to say that first off, like, it's weighty. It doesn't start out. It doesn't. Yeah, there's a gravity to it.
It is, but it's really powerful. It's well done. Of course, Malik Yusuf is an amazing narrator, and of course, it and he touches directly when he has the actual experience. He is authentic. So we got Africa back. So sis, you were just kind of I'd asked you about has the film helped you in your endeavors of progressing in your movements and your work. So if you can restate that, because that's where you froze.
Okay, thank you. Is everything back now?
Yes.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry, I guess I got so emotional. I must have hit the wrong button. Look, leave it to Cassie and Sadeek to bring out the ugly crowd. Okay. I'm so trying
beautiful,
to get together.
It's so beautiful.
No,
yeah.
No, thank you. I believe that the two do kind of coincide, because what I try to do is do what my parents laid out for me and all my siblings. Being the youngest of six, it's 5 of us now. They always exposed us and taught us about what wasn't right. So I can remember, like, we'd be in the car and or we would be on the train, on the bus, and we would see someone that may not look the part, and they would ask us a question. What do you think is happening here? What is wrong with this picture? Or I remember my mom telling us about how Sears Roebuck on 79th Street back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow.
They first started selling, right. They first started selling African dashikis like in the 70s. And I remember being a little girl, and she would be like, oh, now this is just too much. They have taken it way too far. Who do we need to call, John? And she would literally, put a committee together to address dashikis being sold at Sears Roebuck. So, I think when you come from people like that, it's only one way to understand, and that is to be on the right side of history. That is to do the right thing all the time. So Chicago, the Crossroads, the carjackings, I could be anywhere. If I see a young person disrespecting their parent, I don't have to know them. Excuse me, hey, let me tap that shoulder. Hey, is that your mama? Hold on now. You know what I'm saying?
That's real talk.
I think,
that's real talk.
It really does take a village, and I think the work is always going to be the work.
Yes.
So Africa, what are some of, you talked about being on the solution end, and I know there's some, when you watch the documentary or even as we talk about it, what are some of the basic things that we can do to help stem this tide of violence in Chicago? I mean, the numbers are staggering. We talk about, loving one another, but what are some of the practical things that we can do to, help turn this around?
Awesome question. I think that, we have our therapists and our psychologists and our psychotherapists, we have our brother Enoch, who does the hip hop detoxes. We have so much of us who do this work. Sometimes I don't think it's as grandeur as it is just looking at one another and saying, peace, hello, how you doing? You know what I mean? Right. I think that when we see each other, we should really take to heart, when I see my sister, I see myself. I want for my sister what I have myself. So it doesn't cost me anything just to say peace. How you doing? I don't have to know who you are to say hello.
Yeah.
I think if we kind of bring things back to that, it's interesting how I got sister on my name was out of a joke. You know what I mean? Coming out of college, I used to always call people sister and brother because I wanted to bring that kind of back from the 70s. And then my girlfriends in college at the time, they thought it was so funny. They was like, "We're gonna call you Sister Africa." So it was. I'm like, wait, that's not the right joke. We all got to do it, you know. But I think some of that is us going back to what worked.
Yeah.
You know, back then, all of the sister, that's my sister, that's my brother, like in Judas and the Black Messiah. Right on. Bring that back. Bring it back. Because it's what worked.
Right on.
You know what I'm saying? It's what worked for us. You know, I remember walking just maybe like 2 weeks ago after doing a lot of work around the carjackings and, you know, supporting Black men to stand up for sisters getting gas.
Yeah.
A group of guys, you know, jumped out of a truck, you know, right by my house. And, you know, they looked like my children's age. I didn't think much of it, you know. And I'm just walking out with my hood on. And one of them came a little close. So I pulled my hood off. And I'm like, what's happening? Yeah. And they like, oh, that's Sister Africa.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, so if I wasn't Sister Africa, what's really happening right now? What's happening right now? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, one of them was like, no, you know my mama. I was like, who's your mama? Me and my mama seen you on the news, and she said, Santa, watch, that's my friend. I didn't know who his mother was. I didn't recognize the name at the time. But in that moment, I'm like, hold on. First of all, who is your mama? What's your number? I'm about to call her.
Right.
And what are you all doing? You know what I'm saying? Are y'all hungry? You need something to do? Yeah. What's really going on right now? And it just made me think, like, ain't none of us, you know, innocent here. And all of us can be victim at anything at any time. So we went right back to Whole Foods, got something to eat, called all their parents, called some of the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the real intervention. This is the real work. You know?
Yeah.
That's real. You know what that reminds me of, Africa? My mom would like if we were having pizza, I could, and of course, you know, I'm dating myself. I have a couple of years on you and Cassie. Not you, Mom. Just a couple. But she would invite the fellas in from the neighborhood. Right. But I grew up in an era where even if you were, quote unquote, in a gang or using profanity, if my mom stepped out on the porch, they literally cut it out, moved to the other side of the street, said, you know, hey mom, you know, it was a different era. So there was still things going on the street. So I'm not, you know, trying to, you know, paint it romantically. I'm just saying it was another level of respect, how we looked out for each other. You know what I mean? It wasn't necessarily that it was just my house or my friends, right? Like we shared. And so you could kind of keep a bead on the community because we all kind of knew each other. And I think you bring out something very important and very basic. And I think we've gotten away from that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I know we've gotten away from that.
Yeah.
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 I like that, Sadeek, because I think not just speaking to one another to the initial question, but also being a little bit more intentional.
Yeah.
You know, much of what like you two have been doing, you all have been calling and just checking in on me. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? We all are living through a very serious time. The first for all of us together. So I think being more intentional about just checking in. Hey, how you doing? What you eat today? Have you exercised? What can I help you with? You know, just being a little bit more intentional about who we are and, you know, who we're called to be. I think that some of the solutions are right within us. We don't have to reach so far and wide. They're right here within us. You know, the green side of things provides so many solutions. You know, I have to get my notebook out when it's time to tune in because there's always some takeaways.
That's
you know, when you had my sister on, you know, the other day, I had to decompress from that.
Man.
That was so heavy.
Yeah.
But it was so necessary. Yeah. You know what I mean? I needed to know that in the 1970s, slavery was still happening. I didn't know that.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and kind of speaking of that, one of the comments here, right before we go up to the break, Africa, I want to share this with you. and it talks about the violence in Chicago being directly connected to economics and disillusioned black people or educated black people, and the moral debasement, right, of our people. And so those are all truths. But I hear the economic tie, a lot, and I think it's it's substantial, right? If you don't have a job, you don't have something to do, you don't have money, can't pay the rent. So now this leads into cycles of, not just the whole poverty consciousness, and then where you get it from. So now I got a gun, I got some boys, I'm selling this, I'm doing that, and now you get into territories like it. It's like a domino effect, right? So with the, I want to talk about it. We'll go on the other side of the break because we're butting up against it, but along with, speaking to each other, bringing back kind of that looking out for one another, family feel. Yeah. Maybe there's some other level of practical things we can do. Yeah. Like cutting grass, shoveling snow. Like we've talked about a lot of stuff, but how do we get these young people involved? So let's talk about that on the other side of the break. And then I also want to shout out these bad black boss women from Chicago. And I want you and Cassie to do that. So listen, guys, you are tuned into the green side of things with Sadeek
and Cassiopeia.
And we want you to like, comment, and share.
Bring
them around the lunch table. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Sister Afrika Porter after this. Peace.
WIFTBPM.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
Do you believe that God's going to turn it around?
I got to.
Why?
Why? Because he's did it before.
Come on.
And he'll do it again.
Yes.
And you can do it again.
Yes. Come on here.
Come on, I better leave that alone.
Somebody calling you right now.
Somebody calling you right now. If it ain't one thing, I better go. God's going to turn it around.
And I feel like we have to encourage the people because so many people are just truly depressed. They're going through the holiday blues, and we want you to know that you don't have to be discouraged. But you can in fact be encouraged because God's going to turn it around.
God's turn it around. It's me again. God's going to turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before.
Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
You keep calling it. Give you some love and you want all of it. I'm out here working, nigga, get a grip. I'm just trying to touch a million. You just wanna coexist. I say you clingy and you contradict. Give you my heart, you think it's counterfeit. Give you my word and you won't trust in it. What's the point of loving me if you don't know what trust is? I need the is you give now. Please don't back down on me. I know you've got the attention I need. Put your pride aside for me. Oh, 'cause I need that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. While hate on my love, it's never enough. I put up with you for too long, now I'm over it. You want affection, I need money, I'ma call it quits. That ease, that ease, that ease. Put your pride aside for me. That ease. Why am I trying to get it? That ease, that ease. Put your pride aside for me. Put it aside, put it aside, put it aside.
Back to the green side of things. Welcome back. It's your man Sadeek.
Cassiopeia.
And we're happy to have you back around the lunch table with us. We have in the room our very own Chi-Town on the soil, Africa Porter. And she is a phenomenal black woman that comes from the loins of this windy city. And so we just want to give her this shout out. We were talking about Chicago at the Crossroads, one of the most important works done in the last couple of years, not just highlighting the violence, but taking a look at the systems that bring it about, and then also some solutions. So we were just talking about sharing more love, being more engaged with one another. But I read a comment before we went to break that talked about these economic woes, talked about these abuses and traumas that kind of lead us into these dark places, and it comes out in our community. So, Africa, what are some of the you work with all types of politicians, you work with important people in Illinois and Chicago who can really everything from legislation to after school programs to getting young people involved. Tell us a little bit about how we can stem the economic tide and get our young black men and women out of the streets and into constructive areas.
Awesome. Thank you again for having me. I basically, one of my main hashtags is "We are our own solution." Having said that, just a few weeks ago, Brother Tyrone Muhammad and Sister Chastity and her family, they did a screening of Judas and the Black Messiah. I just, like you said, Sadiq, your mom would have your friends come over. Right. That's a good time and a good experience and a good exchange. When you have children, you have their children come over, and they bring their friends, and you can have that dialogue and find out what's going on, how they're doing, how you can best support them. Well, my youngest son, Juice, he brought 6 of his friends. They watched the film. I had never been to the building. Shout out to Brother Tyrone Muhammad, because he's a big conduit of where this position happened at, right there in Bridgeport, 610 West Root Street. So I called Ty once I saw his signage around. I'm like, oh, let me call Ty, see if he's in the building somewhere. And he came and he gave the young people a tour. That was 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
All of those young people have been with him every day since meeting him that one time.
Wow.
I think that it's something when you are in alignment and the frequency is so high that you're around people, your brothers and your sisters who you love, and they love you, and they exert that love to the children. These young people started saying, we need a job, we need support, do you have any information about how I can go to the dentist? Brother Tyrone said, hold on. When I tell you he stopped rock and roll, took them all around the whole building. They have been there literally in training every day. One little sister is on right now. Shout out to Kayana. And Kayana is a beautiful young sister who wants to be a psychologist. So naturally, we jumped right in. We're getting her in school because she wants to exercise her mind muscle and help other people when it comes to their mental. So that's just one component. I think that we have a lot of people that we can connect with in terms of building. Oftentimes people reach out to me and they say, well, how can I get involved? Wow. There's a plethora, as my Whitney Young sister Cassie always says. There's a plethora. Shout out to the Dolphins, okay? Because they got that vocab, as Lauren Hill taught us.
Right.
Karen Hicks, she's got a few good women. You know, you can get involved with Sister Karen Hicks. She's a frontliner. We got so many. Recently, one of my biological sisters, Sister Cheryl Maria Blanca, she found out that through the Clubhouse app, she's been doing a lot of listening and different sessions there. She learned that in Florida, when a young person is awarded the state and they leave on their birthday, they leave with all their belongings in a garbage bag. So that really resonated with her.
Yeah.
She said, surely this ain't happening in Chicago. So she got in tune with Chicago and found out that it is certainly happening here too. So she started an organization. So now it's 2 weeks old. Every Saturday we have meetups where people can bring very nice suitcases. So that on their birthday, when they transition to adulthood, they have a suitcase to put their things in. It's something that's so simple.
No,
Sadeek, I'm looking at your face. It's so simple, right? But it's so necessary.
No, you know, that's what. So I like Tiffany Haddish, right, as a comedian.
Yes, Haddish.
Yes. And so shout out to the sister, because when you said that, it reminded. So I got a chance. I don't know who was interviewing her, right? But she was talking about her beginnings and the fact that she was the kid with the trash bag.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
right.
she actually started her foundation where they give suitcases to kids, right? And so that they don't have to feel like trash. They don't have to move their belongings. Like they can feel like someone, or, you know. So anyway, point being is when you were, that just brought up how I felt when I was watching that, and she was unveiling her trauma behind being 18 or what have you, or going from foster home to foster home in a trash bag.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
I mean, we have Sadia, who teaches yoga and from a holistic perspective with the breath work, you know, Naga Shakti. You know, this is the environment that they've chosen to give it themselves to teach us how to breathe, which we know is so important, especially right now during the pandemic. Adonis Johnson, he has a company, I Am My Life Coach, where he teaches you to be accountable, to own whatever it is. So if you had a toxic relationship, be accountable, own that, and be understanding of that and willing to move forward from that. So we have, you know, everything that we need right within us. I think it's interesting you asked about the political relationships. Right now in the state of Illinois, we have so many Black women in power. I mean, even to most recently, Sister Tiffany became the mayor of Dalton. You know, she started out being a business owner, being in real estate. Now she's the mayor of Dalton. You know what I mean? Some 30,000 residents. She is the leader of that area.
Love it.
I mean, the connections that we have are so endless. I think, you know, it's about being more intentional and just reconnecting with everybody and finding out how we can work better together and collaborating.
So let's do this. I want to first of all thank you, and I want to get this sound off from you and Cassiopeia. I think that was a great bridge, right? Talking about the sister from Dalton, but and you all, and let's do this. If some of these sisters, I want to talk about these bad boss Black sisters from Chicago, and I want you all to name some of them, but I want you to tag them. You know, if they're on Facebook or they're, you know, or YouTube, let's tag them so they can know, even if they have to, you know, watch this later, that we're talking about them and saluting them. Because I think it's important to, you know, give people some props and let them know that the community cares and that we are aware that you are doing something, because people can work and toil and nobody ever says thank you, give them a pound or salute them. So these Black women who are from Chicago, it's Women's History Month. For me, it's Black Women's History Month.
All right.
And let's start these shout outs.
Yes.
You know, so between you
Let's
and Cassie,
go.
let's go for it.
Let's do it. We should go one at a time, Africa, because I know that we're gonna have some overlap.
Okay.
All right, so we'll alternate. We're gonna flip it to Cassie first. Who we got?
Okay, I'm gonna start off with Nicole Wheatley.
Nicole Wheatley.
Oh, that's mine.
That's Chatham. Is that the Chatham? Is that the Chatham chamber?
I got Nicole too.
Yeah, so Nicole, she works a lot. She does a lot of her work in Chatham, in Bronzeville.
Yeah,
she's really big. If y'all remember back in the day, she had Sensual Steps.
Okay,
and then Steps Inc. And so that's all about now. She had the store.
Did we tag her?
Retail store. I did.
Okay,
and then now she does housing. She's all about getting Black people to get homes.
Okay.
In Chicago, and she is bad, and she gets major sponsorships, and she does these big old conferences and everything. It's awesome. So that's my first one.
Okay. Africa?
I love it. So I had Nicole Wheatley, and I also had Cassandra Sneed and Melinda Harris with her, because they all are bosses. They all are in real estate. Yeah. They all want to make sure that we get our homes, they get our credit together. Yeah. So the three of them are my three that I got in that area.
Okay, those two. Did you tag the other two? So
let me tag them now.
Yeah, tag them now. Now say their names again.
Cassandra Sneed.
Okay.
And Nicole Wheatley, of course, and Melinda Harris.
Okay, shout out to these boss Black sisters from Chicago. I'm loving it. Cassie, come on with it.
Yes, I'm going to do Mama Shavanduka, Y2 Kwanzaa, AAPRP. The ones who started the huge Kwanzaa celebration that Baba Kwesi put together as her husband, Steve Cobb, and she is a powerful woman in this city. I love her.
Got
it. Real quick, I want to acknowledge Ron threw his shout out in to Dawn Millhouse from the Book of Dawn. She's here on the What's in It for the Black People media. Did you tag her?
The Book of Dawn. I love that.
Okay, all right. You actually tagged her. We got to do that. Okay, Africa, it's on you. Let's keep it moving. I love this.
Yes, keep it moving. So, okay, quick story. Dawn was like my big sister growing up. She lived across the street. Okay. And whenever I saw her, she'd be like, I'm going to be like that. Clearly, I'm going to be just like her. So it's
Dawn,
just awesome
talking about
to see her now.
Okay,
I love Dawn. Okay, so I get in my category with Mama Chai. Cassie, we got the same people. I already know how this is gonna go.
Come on, you gotta do somebody different. Come on.
Right, I got Mama Carol Adams.
Yes,
Mama
Carol Adams.
On the front line. Man, she be on the front line so hard. It's like I can call her because I need to laugh. I can call her when I need to cry, and then she's already at the meeting. I was at the meeting before the meeting, so she knows what's happening before it's even happening, and she's about it. Mama Carol Adams.
I love it. Salute. Did you tag her?
Let me tag her.
Yep, tag her. That's what we're going to do. We're talking about these powerful Black women. I love it. We want them to know that we are speaking their names into the ether.
Yeah.
And we're talking to the audience here. These are boss Black women from Chicago. Cassie, who you got?
Dr. Jafunza Wright of Healthy Food Hub.
Love it.
Down there.
Dr. Wright.
They're down there in Pembroke. She's got the huge, all of the acres with the farm animals, and they doing big things, her and her husband, Fred Carter. And now they did the Healthy Food Hub every Saturday.
Right.
It used to start off at Betty Shabazz, and then it moved over to the quarry, and then now they got like contracts with the state and the county and providing, I think, watermelons.
And
they
started real small.
Real small.
I love it.
And she's also a medically trained. She's actually a medical doctor that is holistic.
Love it.
So you get that balance that comes from her. She is phenomenal.
Got it. And you all, while we are bouncing between Cassie and Africa, if you've got a powerful Black woman in Chicago you'd like to shout out, please drop it in the comments. But we have to breathe these sisters' names, so that we can empower them to keep doing what it is they're doing. Okay, Africa, it's on you. Who we got?
So when I had written down Mama J and Baba Fred, shout out to my children and my ex-husband because they helped build their solar panel house 17 years ago.
Love it.
They live in it right now. Absolutely, off the grid. Mama J, I got Sister Camilla Alfred. And
Sister
I think
Camilla.
Come on, yeah.
All the way back from Know Thyself, Heal Thyself.
And she is going to detox you if you walk in there. You understand? You walking in there.
It's don't come all out.
She's gonna be like, hold on. Let me see your hands.
Right.
You got. There is some stress behind these eyes, and it's being because you are going to have early
let me just say this on the
But I got something for you that's gonna take it right out.
If you don't have 3 hours, don't go in the back room. That's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Mama Camilla. If you don't have 3 hours, don't go in the back room.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, indeed.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Okay.
Real talk.
I'm
Cassie?
gonna do one more before my greatest one that I'm gonna give. I'm gonna give Mama Yvette Moyo of Real Men Cook, Real Men Charities, and Corey.
Come on with it.
What used to be called the South Shore Current, which is now called the South Shore Drive Magazine. This woman here has been iconic for a long time.
I love it.
Long time. That's right. That's right. I love her.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
No doubt. Okay, Africa, come on. Let's keep it moving.
This is a 2 for 2, okay?
Okay.
So these two, they came up.
We got to tag them now. Did y'all tag Yvette?
Oh, let me tag them.
Put
They
her
came up
name
in
in there.
education
You
around.
tagged her. Come on, let's not slack on it.
No. These two sisters came up in education around the same time. They have been building from elementary to high school and at the college level. They're both working on their doctorates. This is Dr. Beulah Lloyd, Dr. Vicky Stokes. Oh my God. They have turned schools all the way around.
Wow.
They have done something that has not been done with graduation representative rates in Chicago. I love them both. Dr. Vicky Stokes and Dr. Beulah Lloyd.
Wow.
I love it. That's powerful. That's
Yes.
powerful. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Did you tag those two? Did
Let
you
me
tag
go
the
ahead. Let me get in
doctors?
there.
Get in there.
Look, y'all
Get in
used to
there
be-
now.
I used to having to do all this. I'm trying to manage.
I know. I know.
You
It's
making
all right.
Afrika nervous.
It's okay. Well, we finna go to Cassie, so you had time to relax and tag. Cassie, come on.
Well, this one, I want to finalize with this one.
Uh-huh.
Of course, without her, there would be no me. There would be no.
Come on
MJ.
now.
There would be no
That's right.
Oshunkoya.
Now you don't
There
wanna.
would be
That's
no African-centered thought. There would
Okay.
be no black mall. There would be none of that. So
That's
I have
right.
to give it up. And hold on, guys. Hold on, because I'm gonna do this
Oh
right.
yeah, it's a
Do
power
this.
cast in here today.
I'm gonna do
Mama
this right.
Butterfly. Come on.
Shout out to Mama Butterfly, aka Sensei Butterfly, aka just my mama, Sylvia Thomas, and she's in the building.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Super producer. Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got mom in the studio. I'm loving it. We are shouting out these boss black women from Chicago. It is it's Women's History Month. I'm calling it Black Women's History Month.
Right.
We got enough Susan B. Anthony's. I'm talking about these black women who have made an impact and continue to make an impact in the community. So you all drop the names in there. Baba is in there. What's going on, Baba? Hey, listen, and you know this is important. Ashe, we got to drop these names. We got Alafia, Baba. We got to drop these names. Some of them may be ancestors, they may not be, but drop these names, especially these current black women that are making a difference every day.
And I want to shout out to Baba Fabamila. His mother
just transitioned, right?
What was so beautiful? Oh, my brother's watching. Shout out.
Hey, bro.
Right. Say Happy Women's History Month,
right,
brother, before she gets you. Okay. But Baba was, his mother just transitioned. So, may she transition well, may she dance with the ancestors. But he was talking about how, he did the work. He found out, spiritually that his mother, she did what she was supposed to do.
Wow, that's powerful.
On earth. She completed her life's mission on earth.
I love it.
How
I love it. That's powerful.
That's awesome.
So
that's
happy
awesome.
Women's History Month.
Hey, love that. Alafia, Baba.
I say. Alafia, Baba.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
Okay, you all. We gotta you ended on that. So I'm gonna let African end, and then I have one.
Okay.
That I'd like to do, and everybody's gonna turn their phones off. Africa.
Look, somebody call them Cassie like, "Fuck you gotta add me."
Right. They like, you didn't bring my name up. You better salute me. Cassie know like 8,000 women.
Okay.
Right. So they like,
that's what I saw on.
They're gonna be coming for you too.
So let's get it out. Let's get it out. Come on, Africa. Give me some more names.
Okay, I'll wrap up. I just got a couple to shout out quickly.
Okay.
Since this is, the green side of things, I got to shout out Essie Marie. If you have not had her dressing, you are in trouble. You got to get that dressing. It's so good. It's so good. And it goes with everything. So we can't continue the conversation without talking about that because it's the green side of things. It goes on every green salad, everything.
Yes.
And I want to also shout out Erica Watson. And I want to evoke the spirit of Sister Erica. Oh my. I mean, man, from 14 years old to, the night before her transition. We were texting, we were talking. I say, her family, everyone be lifted up. Sister Erica Watson, Black Women in Media, we're going to continue to do the work that she has been doing so well. Well. And then in closing, all of my sisters, I'm just so blessed that all of my sisters are women of faith, and they're all women of service. My older sister, all of my sisters are pastors. Let me just say that. They're all pastors. So I'm thankful for that because they keep me covered.
I love it.
And Pastor Julie, Pastor Jessica, and Pastor Georgia, and obviously the Queen, my mother, June Porter.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I will add this. I got to shout out the women of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, especially for Women's History Month. I'm only going to say one name because it's way too many sorors, and I have no time to be pissing off people. Be like, oh, I know you didn't, because they're all so dynamic.
Please, and then I'm gonna get all the Greek letter inboxes right now.
Right.
Like, you just shouting out to Delta Sadeek.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I want to
Go
shout
ahead.
out the president of my chapter that I was able to be a charter member of, and that is the Chicago Metropolitan Alumni Chapter, who is one of the driving forces and is now the president of our chapter, our president, Shamil Dillard. And she's also from an undergraduate chapter, the chapter. And of course,
Boosie, be cool. We see you.
Right,
Boosie, be cool.
And to all of the women in the Divine Nine, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Zeta Phi Beta, and Sigma Gamma Rho sororities.
I love it. Way to be inclusive, Cassie.
I love it. Awesome.
All right, so I want to cap it off, and I have a shout out to a very powerful Black woman. So about 3 weeks ago, I got an inbox from a brother, and the inbox said, hey, and he lives in Texas. He said, hey, are you in Chicago? I said, yeah, I'm in Chicago. And he said, man, your last name reminds me of a teacher I had. And he said, did your mom teach in Chicago public schools? So I said, yeah, she did. She taught at a couple of schools, two that I really know of, and one was right off the expressway. He said, well, he, you have some time in between messages. And he texted me back and he said, your mom was my 6th grade teacher.
Oh, wow.
And he said that his family could not afford to go to the circus or take any of the field trips. And he said, your mom was the reason I got my first trip to go to the circus and really experience some things as a teacher. She told my family not to worry about the ticket prices or anything. And she said she brought you on that trip.
Oh,
and so
sweet.
My boss, Black woman shout out is to my mom, Linda Colquitt, who worked in CPS for 30 plus years and was making an impact with students that I didn't even know that she was doing, until the point where this brother who lives in Texas contacted me and said, your mom was the reason that I and my family were exposed to things as a child. So I just wanted to shout out my mom, who is an ancestor. So I just wanted to share that. Yeah, no doubt. So Mom, love you and appreciate you. And all of the sisters, we'll be doing this all through the month of March in some form. Maybe not this like we did it today, but I think it's powerful that, Africa talked about her mom. Cassie is in the studio with hers. And I just wanted to share with you all that these Black women are doing some powerful things and have been doing them for centuries and years, and are still at it. So, I just want to, from the top of my heart, extend my love as a man in the community to the sisters, the mothers, the aunties, the daughters, the friends, all of you out there who continue to make it, who continue to lay a platform that we can all continue to stand on. So I just want to say, I salute you, Cassie, Africa, Mom. Absolutely. So we're going to take this break. We still need you all to stay with us this last half of the conversation, because we're going to talk with the butterfly herself. Cassie's
Hey,
mom.
Mama Butterfly.
Absolutely. Everybody's like, hey, Mom. So we're going to take this break. You're on the green side of things with Sadeek.
Cassiopeia.
And it is Black Women's History Month. As far as I'm concerned,
come on.
Like, share, and comment. And we'll see you on the other side of the break.
WIIFTBPM.
All right, well, Angela Oya Fumike. As you know, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't on the What's in It for the Black People media. Start our way into this journey of divorce and healing. So we came together under a survival mentality, not under a friendship of being in love. First being friends, and then being in love or growing in love. We came together under, we're trying to survive, we're two kids trying to survive. Okay, we're going to survive together, because if you're handling this end of the survival and I'm handling this end, years that you've accepted this is what it's been, and now you've made this decision. And he wasn't there. He wasn't even seeing that you were done. Here's what it was. Just like I ignored on the front end that he didn't love me like that, he was so disconnected from me by the point when I decided to leave that he didn't see the writing on the wall. Wow. He just didn't see it. But he didn't know that woman because he never took the time to meet her. Mm-hmm. And so you created your plan, and that's key, I think, in having a plan. If you are going to, whether you're deciding together that this isn't going to work any longer and we're splitting, and having a plan on how you're going to move forward is pretty key. You knew at this point I had to create your own plan, and you were moving forward with that. In my case, I didn't have a plan. Things happened pretty abruptly, and I was creating the plan on the fly along the way. I don't recommend that. You forgive yourself. You forgive you. Do the work of forgiving yourself that you may be able to actually forgive others.
Baby, let me steal it. I gotta steal it. Don't you wanna steal? I've got to see you somehow. Not tomorrow, but right now. I know it's late. I can't wait. Come on and steal it. Don't wanna keep thinking I might change my mind. Everybody's sleeping. Let's not waste any time. I know it's late. Oh, I can't wait. Come on and steal it. Oh, steal it. I know that it's wrong meeting you this way. There's no other way I can be with you. If only your folks would approve. Things like this we would have to do.
What you on today,
Ron
bro?
ain't playing.
I'm feeling it.
I see.
right
That's what's happening.
All right now.
That's what's happening. Hey, you all, welcome back inside the room at the lunch table. You on the green side of things with Sadeek.
And Cassiopeia.
And I'm excited. The energy, we have been saluting these strong boss black women from Chicago.
Yes.
You all have been dropping names and in the comments. From those that are living now to ancestors, shout them out, call those names out. We've been tagging people. And if you got tagged from Cassie, you got tagged from Africa, or somebody in the room, we are talking about you. And so we want you to hang with us this last segment because we've got a treat. It's a treat for me. I get to see these young ladies on a regular basis, Cassie and her mom. I get to see them on a regular basis, but there's so much going on. So I'm going to let Cassie do the intros and do all of that. But we want you to like,
comment,
and share right now and invite some people back into this conversation that we're having. Cassie, what's up?
Well, it is my honor and my pleasure to have the woman that I get everybody down at the in our family to ensure that we understood our culture, our traditions, our heritage, the importance of that. Like, she didn't care who you was, in the family, not in the family. You are going to hear this, and is the reason why I do what I do.
Wow, wonderful.
And where, my activism comes from. So she's a black belt in karate, so she will whoop your ass too if you don't listen. Okay. And she was a part of the Black Panther Party at Chicago. She was a part of the National Black United Front of Chicago. And she has done great work. She's also big in health. So actually what today we're going to be talking about
Let's
is
get it
health
on.
with Mama Butterfly.
Hey, Ron, where's the applause?
He wasn't ready.
Ron wasn't ready. There
he
we
knew it was
go.
coming.
Mama Butterfly.
Sana, thank you very much, and it's an honor to be here. Can I do some boss black women?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, Mom. Do some boss black women.
Sadeek, you talked about your mom. My mom was also a Chicago school teacher for 40 years.
Yes.
And so that's her fault that, I'm as educated as I am, and all our children are educated and grandchildren are educated, because she did not play that.
No,
I love it.
You better do your
That's
homework.
right.
Guess what? Don't ever tell a teacher you don't have homework.
Yeah.
Because I tried that, and my brother who's older than me tried to warn me, don't mess with moms about that. No, I don't have no homework. Oh, I'll give you some homework.
Right.
And the homework was harder
That's
than
right.
what you actually had in school. So, we learned, don't play that. You do your homework. You don't go out to play. You don't get on the phone. You don't watch TV. You do your homework. I drove my kids crazy.
Right.
No, Mom, I got to have the TV
It's
on.
apparent.
I got to have the radio on to do my homework. No. That's because of Grandma Pat. Pat Farmer.
Salute
and,
to Grandma Pat.
Yeah, Grandma Pat. Shout out to Grandma Pat because
You typing her name in?
Yeah.
She's an ancestor.
You can
yes.
Oh, I got you.
I know she's an ancestor.
I feel
Come on, y'all. They be treating Sadeek
You want me
like...
to tag my grandmother?
No, don't tag.
Facebook wasn't even invented.
Right, exactly. No, don't tag your grandma. Just let's put her name in. Let's put Grandma Pat in.
Call
I
out
love
the
it.
names.
Yeah,
Call out the
she's an
names. That's
ancestor.
right.
I'm gonna type my mom's name in.
Before me, there was my mom, and she made sure that my brother and I learned how to read when we were 3 years old. So she was not playing that. I was shocked when I got to kindergarten. There's kids that don't know the ABCs because that was not an option in our house.
And then you said you got somebody else you want to shout out too.
Okay. It's also Mama Evelyn Johnson, who is an old friend and colleague back from 20, 30 years ago, just working in social activism in Inglewood and also on the West Side. She's been in the Chicago public schools, with an education program and with youth all over Inglewood for, as long as I can remember. So shout out to Mama Evelyn. We attended a function with her several years ago. about honoring young black women or honoring black women and stuff, and I was there, and so I was
Africa. Africa was there.
Africa was there, so I was really happy to see her. So shout out to her.
Yeah,
and also another shout out to another friend and colleague of mine, Sherry Williams.
Yes,
that I've been working with for years. I met Sherry because of Pullman, the Pullman neighborhood. And the Pullman neighborhood, as you know, George Pullman, he did all of these railroad sleeper cars. And there's a large history behind the Pullman neighborhood. When he originally founded the town of Pullman, which is now a community, blacks were not allowed to work there or live there in the factory where they made the cars. But, of course, the Pullman porters were and waiters and waitresses were almost exclusively black. And,
That's right.
So, there was several strikes, including a later one involving A. Philip Randolph. In the black Pullman sleeping car brothers. And actually, A. Philip Randolph was chosen to head that movement because any of the sleeping car porters who were caught trying to organize for unions, including the women, because they were the wives and some of the women who worked there, were also trying to organize, and they would also lose their livelihood and get fired. And so he didn't work for them, so they couldn't do anything to him. And eventually they did get the union in there. And I met her because of the Florence Hotel that was part of the Pullman, and they were doing tours there. And I met her in the she had activities there. She's a president of Bronzeville Historical Society.
Love it.
And she has recently just gotten from the University of Illinois, Champaign-Urbana, her degree in library science. And what she's involved in is Freedom Seekers. And we still do tours, and we're going to get those as soon as the band's lifted back up with that again. We've been doing that for years, taking bus tours to the various sites around Chicago that the Freedom Seekers, people who were escaping from slavery, or people who were aiding those people escaping from slavery around the Chicago area, and that's how I met her. And so she's trying to preserve all of our history. She's working with various historians and other peoples and organizations around the city in order to preserve the heritage and record people who had come up from the Great Migration or whose parents or grandparents came up with the Great Migration, and get that history out there, and especially to get this out to our people. Our people, if we, so many of our people are just not really conversant with our own history. We've been taught it's about slavery. Our history is thousands of years older than the Romans. Our ancestors,
tens of thousands of years.
And we taught the Romans. And one of the reasons to make sure that they burned the library in Alexandria, which was in what's now called Egypt. The Greeks renamed it Egypt, but it was really Kemet. And that was because the Library of Alexandria contained all of the archives that the Africans, the dark-skinned people from East Africa and the south of India, were the ones teaching the Greeks and the Romans. And, of course, they didn't want people to know that, so they burned that library.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry, we're going on and on and on about that.
My mom has a plethora of knowledge in her hair, and
back to Whitney Young.
She could connect, right? Yeah,
I know.
Should have been Dolphin. It's okay.
No. I'm cool with it. I'm being balanced. I've thrown no jabs.
That's
Go ahead, Mama Sensei Butterfly.
Right.
But she's got all this knowledge, and she literally can connect all dots to each other.
That's right.
All dots can be connected. But what we do, because we got
13 minutes.
13 minutes left. I know what you came here to really talk about was nutricide.
Yes.
Right? And when you were talking about it with me before, I'm thinking it's like Nutrisoft. I don't know. I'm thinking it's some kind of just chemical or whatever. And I've heard you talk about it often. But let's start there. What is nutricide?
Okay, well, what nutricide is the condition of our food killing us. Nutra from nutrition, the nourishment of our bodies, and side, which actually means killing. Our food is actually killing us because our food is very unnutritious. It's unhealthy. It's actually not doing what it's supposed to do. And the definition is the act of preparing, promoting, and distributing food products that contain little or no nutritional value, are detrimental to physical and mental well-being, compromise health, and shorten life over time solely for the sake of profit. And that's one of the big problems is that we've got we've got big business, we got big pharma, the drug companies. We also have these big food companies who are giving us this unhealthy food because it makes them more money.
That's right.
Start off with salt and sugar. There's tons of salt and tons of sugar in most packaged food, junk food you get in a restaurant because they get the same suppliers. And guess what? Salt and sugar are addictive. That's the reason there's so much put into the foods is because it's addictive. And what happens with food? It's addictive. It's legal. Nobody's going to arrest you for having too much salt and too much sugar in your food. But that has nothing to do with it. It is addictive. It causes cravings. Jay's potato chips, their slogan was "Can't stop eating them."
Yeah.
Because they're salty. And you get a bag of Jay's and you eat a bag of Jay's. Oh, I want another one. I want another one. This puts
you
more
really
money.
can't.
More money in the pockets of the food packagers, which is what they want. And they say, well, hey, we're not holding a gun to anybody's head. They choose to do this. All we're doing is trying to make money. Well, that sounds exactly like what the drug dealers on the street are saying. They're selling cocaine, and they're selling heroin and weed and illegal pharmaceuticals. I ain't putting a gun in nobody's head. I'm trying to make money. I'm a business person. And that's exactly what they're doing with big food. And so this is why we have all this unnutritious food.
And we were talking earlier with Africa about, Chicago violence and the housing system, but also a part of that whole complex that they've created is the food deserts. But then what is replaced with actual grocery stores or the corner stores.
That's right.
And then have those chips in it and the flaming hots and
pork rinds, all
and
stuff.
Not juices, but
in the Arab stores.
It's the black the Arabs. A lot of black people think that's really how you pronounce it. Anywho.
I know.
Oh wait, it's not Arab.
I can't.
Okay, let's not
Arab,
even go there.
right? Arab.
Let's not even go there.
But these kids are going to school every single day, going to the corner store
No doubt.
to get a bag of Flaming Hots and a liquid drink that's filled with salt and sugar. And then now they're unfocused, they're hyper.
High fructose corn syrup.
Yeah, the high fructose. So.
Yeah. And that's and that's the other problem is also a lot of this bad food and the various chemicals they put into it have also been blamed for ADHD and a lot of the cognitive issues, a lot of the behavioral issues. So this is a big problem that we have, and this is solely it's all politicized because it's all about the government and big food and big business all wanting to make money, and the bottom line is much more important than the public health or the public welfare. And besides all, the chemicals they put in it, the salt and the sugar, there's it's grown with herbicides, which are weed killers, and pesticides, which kill the little bugs and stuff. So the farmers get a bigger yield because they want to make more money. The thing is, what that does is it depletes the vitamins and minerals, the nourishment that's actually you're supposed to, that's what you're supposed to get from the food is the nourishment. And the only reason we have to take vitamin supplements is because the food does not have these, nutrients anymore. And, because we don't have a lot of time, because I can go on and on and on about this. But one thing I do want to talk about is in high fructose corn syrup, there's nothing wrong with corn, but it's corn syrup that has been chemicalized, and it's in everything.
Right.
It's in your salad dressing. It's in bread. It's in all kinds of stuff. It's in a lot of sweetened cereals. So
barbecue sauce.
It's in everything. Read labels. You got to read labels. If you don't know what's in your food, God knows what's in there.
Yeah.
Okay. So but I did want to talk about two other things: the healing in your spices. Because and someone talked about this the other day. Was told Dr. Oz. It was on Dr. Oz. He was talking about it on somebody's talk show. The fact that you've got all of these healing spices right in your cabinet. They contain the vitamins, minerals, the amino acids, all of these various things in antioxidants, because what happens with all of these chemicals is they break down the cells actually at the microscopic level, and it causes obesity, and it actually changes the characters of the cells so that they tend to, like produce fat instead of muscle and nutrition. And what you do is, and you hear this over and over again, the dark green vegetables, all the kale and the spinach and the arugula and all different kinds of greens, all of the bright colored berries, strawberries, raspberries, dark grapes, pomegranates, and all of the like the peppers, the green pepper, the red and yellow bell peppers, all of the very brightly colored fruits and vegetables, whole grains. Stay away from all of the white refined sugar and flour, because that's also been treated with chemicals and is also extremely unhealthy. But what's got all these vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, and there's dozens of different kinds of antioxidants. So the more variety that you have in your diet, the better it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
Things like, and you cut down on the salt and sugar, and if you do it a little bit at a time, what will happen is your taste buds will adjust, and your cravings will adjust, and you won't eat, and then you'll think, oh, wait a minute, I do feel better, I have more energy, I'm less lethargic, let me start, working on this. And some of these spices are like ginger, which is very good for you. It helps with motion sickness, it helps with, digestive issues. Cinnamon, which is good for controlling blood sugar. Cayenne pepper, which is antibiotic. Nutmeg, cloves, fresh or ground onion, and garlic, which are also very good for controlling blood pressure and cholesterol. Oregano, parsley, thyme, sage, rosemary, and turmeric. And they're all packed with all of these vitamins, minerals, and they kill a lot of different viruses and bacteria. And, these things are very, very important.
So I remember, I love telling the stories about growing up, with my mom. And
here we go.
How, I wasn't able to, eat Frosted Flakes. I wasn't able to eat Captain Crunch. She made sure I was eating Quaker Oat Squares, and the most, of sweetness that I would get if they were the cinnamon Quaker Oat Squares. And maybe every blue moon for a treat, I would get like Honey Nut Cheerios. Ooh. But, because I'm so excited. Yes! About to lose my mind eating some Honey Nut Cheerios. But my mom has been on this for a long time. We hear people talking about being vegans now, being vegetarian. I mean, this is something I'll be 41 this year. And literally since I was born, this is all that I've been hearing, right?
41.
So she's been on this. And Ma, how old are you?
I am 69.
All right now.
What? What?
Yeah. And she's
that's what I'm talking about.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Looking good, mama. Looking good, mama.
69.
Yes. Small. She's smaller than me. She still goes out and hikes, like every other day.
She kicking it, y'all.
She's got to, go. She doesn't even have that many grays in her hair.
She kicking it.
I've got 3, 4.
So,
no comment.
Like this actually really, really works. She's definitely a testament. You've never been hospitalized or anything like that, right?
Only a couple of times for like just minor stuff.
Yeah, I've never been hospitalized. So
and she's got 2 very extremely healthy children.
Yeah, they are, honey.
And very advanced.
And even when it came down to, your cycle, right? Women. It's Women's History Month, and we know that as women, one of the biggest problems that we face every month, is having to go through that cycle. And like she wouldn't.
We're aware.
She would. Right. Yeah. Watch out. Y'all be like,
we're aware.
Y'all be like, what day is it? Time for me to take my my monthly trip to the bar.
Right, exactly. Is that wine bottle on the rack?
But like to make sure that my immune system stayed, at its healthiest, like she wouldn't let me take any Tylenol. Like it was like, no, your immune system is going to be way stronger if you allow it to do what it's supposed to do. I'm making sure that you're getting the proper foods in your body, all the nutrition, so that you can. I would just, be crying at school. but it has helped, me in the long run, stay extremely healthy, not be hospitalized, barely get any type of, flu viruses or anything. And if I do, can knock it out, with ease. So I'm just really thankful, Ma, for all of this knowledge that you just keep it oozes out of her brain. Like she can't help it. She's like one of those Jeopardy people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mom.
Okay, now I do want to talk about some
She's
other
like, now
things.
back to it.
Yes.
Thank you, Cassie, for the interruption.
Right.
Go ahead, Mom.
Thank you, baby. And that is something called, there's a group called the Environmental Working Group. And what they do is they analyze the pesticide and herbicide residue on fruits and vegetables. And they have a new one that comes out every year. So the last one's from 2020. And they have the Dirty Dozen. And these are the fruits and vegetables that are the most contaminated with herbicides and pesticides. So if you want to get organic, then this is the, these are the ones that you need to focus on. Organic food is expensive. It is the most healthy. It doesn't have all of that crap in it, but it costs more because, the whole farming thing is very difficult. But there's like about 20,000 organic farms in the country now, and I hope they're still growing. Top of the list is strawberries, spinach, kale, nectarines, and then let me give you the clean 15, but I don't want to go through all of them because I know we have a short amount of time. At the top of the list for the cleanest ones, if you don't want to get organic, try avocado, sweet corn, pineapple, onions, and papaya. And you can go on, it's called the Environmental Working Group. And if you go on their site, you can get this whole list. And they have tons of information on it. And, because organic is the healthiest thing. So you want to make a decision about cut down on the meat, try doing it as a treat. You all were just talking about, those foods that are not healthy, but you still like them. Make it a treat instead of steak every day, If you're not going to go vegan, then stick to the chicken and the fish and stay away from the red meat as much as possible. Somebody put this out. It's called naturallifemagazine.com, and it says, people are fed by the food industry, which pays no attention to health, and are treated by the health industry, which pays no attention to food, by someone called Wendell Berry. Anyway, so it's really important that we understand this because the problems that we have, the obesity, the heart disease, the stroke, the diabetes, all of these are lifestyle diseases related to, besides lack of exercise, which we don't get enough of, is all of this food over a lifetime, and cancer. And cancer kills you. It takes 20, 30, 40 years. But, I intend to be running around chasing my great-grandbabies like I'm chasing my grandbabies, when I get to be 89 years old, not laying up in a nursing home with tubes coming out of me.
You got that right.
Yeah. So,
no tubes.
Yeah, no tubes.
No tubes.
We're living longer, but the quality of life is not good.
Yeah.
And we want to change that. We really want to change that. And shout out to Brother Sadeek, surrounded by all of this estrogen for his green show. Because he is definitely pushing that. And my baby girl, for all of her black economics that she's doing, that when I was teaching her about we got to get our economics together, I had no idea that the black mall and all of these African markets was coming out of this. So shout out to my baby girl too.
Oh, look at that baby girl.
Thank you. I'm gonna get off because I will talk for the rest of the afternoon.
Yes, Mom, we do have a time we have to be out.
So
it's all
everybody,
good.
please, I put it in the chat. Follow my mom at National Honor Our African Ancestors Days. She actually also puts up, information about holidays that we need to celebrate for our Black people every month. But follow that and then find out about, everything she talks about in health as well. So thank you so much, Mommy, for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
I say.
So to the entire Green Side of Things viewing audience on Facebook, on YouTube, we want to thank you for tuning in today. It's been very powerful. We're going to keep this energy all of Black Women's History Month, all through March. I want to thank Sister Africa Porter. Africa, where can they reach you real quick?
Oh, Sister Africa, www.africaent.com. And on all social media platforms, it's Africa with a K instead of a C. Thank you.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And we want to thank you all for helping us salute these boss black women from Chicago around the nation. I'm in the studio and on the screen with 3 or 4 of them, you all. It's been incredible. Listen, catch us next Tuesday. We're going to keep bringing these boss black women from Chicago. We love you all. And from the green side of things, we'll see you later. Peace.